Mm-hmm.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Tuesday, ready to give you some podcasts. And find us everywhere you find podcasts. Leave us 5-star reviews. If you don't, and they're not nice, we won't read them on the air. You'll never know if it got to us.
You'll never know.
The official weapon of the show is
phone chair.
And the unofficial sport.
Bullet ball.
And bullet ball. Extreme. All right, Karen, got any banter?
I do.
All right. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter. All right, Karen.
Why do they have toilet cleaner that is vegan? Is the toilet cleaner eating it? I don't know. Because you got some stuff and it had big old plastic on the side, vegan. I was like, who gives a fuck if your toilet cleaner is vegan? Like, are you eating it? If not, nobody care. I didn't, not unless it's a thing that vegan cleans extra clean because it's vegan. I don't know. But it confused the shit out of me when I seen it was vegan. I was like, what's the purpose of putting that on there?
That is interesting because I don't think people would necessarily care about it. I just want to know why you said it in the same cadence as this.
Why do you need white man paperwork?
Because I'm just as confused as him about the white man's paperwork. What is going on here?
I assume that it's people care about animals not being hurt. Like vegans,
okay.
A lot of people are, I would say vegans even more so than like vegetarians and stuff. Like vegans are very much like, I don't want to cause any extra suffering to the animals, and if there's something that is happening with the animals and it's hurting, and that's how they make lemon pledge, then I don't want to use lemon pledge. I want to use a vegan thing. Yeah, I always find it interesting whenever they label stuff that's not, it doesn't need to be labeled. So I think it's always interesting when it's like, Fruit Loops now with 0 protein or whatever. It's like, I wasn't eating Fruit Loops for protein.
Right.
That's not you don't get no extra shit for that. Like that's
it's still sugar, so what are we doing here?
You didn't even do nothing. You didn't change the ingredient. You just put something on the box that's because it's not supposed to be in there in the first place.
Right.
It's like, oh, it's sugar-free squash. Like, we know there's no sugar in squash. You don't get extra
points,
credit
right,
for sugar-free in the squash. But I assume that now the question is, what is the market for that?
That's true.
I'm
it
guessing,
might be bigger than I think.
Well, I'm not even saying it's bigger. I'm just wondering to know what the market is.
Because I was like, you got to be talking to somebody.
Yeah, this is because, like, I guess my question is, like, did they just do research on it and they know that, like, maybe there's an extra bump we can get from saying we're vegan and other places won't? Or, is this their new advertising technique? I just want to know, because so I guess vegans don't count as DEI, so they don't have to worry about the right getting mad and canceling them. Although,
right.
Seem like the thing they would be mad at.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Publix has limited edition peach heat rotisserie chickens. You might want to get on that if you got a Publix in your area.
So good.
Just letting y'all know. They said limited edition, so I don't know if they coming back or this is a one-time thing or whatever. But I've seen some, and it was well worth it. That chicken in the bag don't miss.
It was sweet, but not too sweet. But I can't explain. It was really, really good, y'all.
It had that peach heat, dog. It tastes.
Yes.
It had that peach, and it had a little bit of that spice. It's worth it. Y'all should go check it out. I mean, them chickens is already a steal. I don't know why the tariffs hadn't hit the chickens yet, because the Publix chickens still be like $6-7 or whatever. I feel like that's a lot of chicken That's a lot. You can get meals off that chicken. That's not no one meal chicken.
If you actually just pulled it apart, yeah, you can get several meals out of it.
Meanwhile, if I want to go to the meat department where it's where you got to cook it yourself, like you get a rotisserie chicken, I'm sure it costs more than $5-6. But anyway, just letting y'all know.
I guess because it's in house. They was like, we already got it. Ain't no extra cost.
Because I know how y'all are, and y'all gonna wait. And I hate when I see these posts. Y'all gonna wait 3 weeks or some shit and be like, Facebook, everybody, tag everybody to this post. Publix is out of peach heat chicken. I got the last one. Why didn't nobody tell me that they've been having this for the last 3 weeks? I'm telling you right now, they got it. So I don't know how long it's gonna last, but it's your fault if you get to this podcast 3 weeks later because you like to stack them up in Benjamin shit.
That's true. That is on you. I ordered some soup, and not really soup. It was almost like a pho, and it was really good. And we were sitting there, and before I knew it, I don't know if you heard me, I said out loud, I think that this is something that Naruto will order from the noodle shop. That shit was so good, and it had so much shit floating in it. It was absolutely delicious. It had like big ass in-house breadcrumbs and not breadcrumbs, but yeah, I guess you call them breadcrumbs. And the noodles were like thick and homemade, and the soup was absolutely delicious. And this soup was so good, I hit a bone. I was like, oh yeah, I like this. If I hit a bone in your soup, I know that you actually boiled that soup, that chicken in it. And he was like, I get out a big bone, but if a small bone get caught in there, that's okay. I hit one of them bones. I was like, oh yes, I was having the time of my life. It was absolutely delicious.
All right. That was some good soup.
It was so good. I was eating it the next day. Roger was shocked. Roger threw it away. I was like, you threw it away? He was like, you normally don't eat leftovers. I said, I know, but that soup was so good.
Yeah, I didn't know. I would have kept it. I didn't, normally once the food leaves the restaurant, you're too good to eat it. Football is a crazy sport because why can't you just call in sick when it's your week to tackle Derrick Henry? That don't make sense. I feel like any other job, you could just be like, I'm not doing that today. That's crazy. But that's the one job where no matter how good or bad your team is, no matter how big or small you are, when this 7 foot tall Thor motherfucker come through
running
every week, you can't be like, yeah, that's actually a crazy coincidence, boss. I'm actually having my birthday party that night, so I'm not gonna be here.
I'm not gonna be able to make it.
Yeah, I'm taking a personal day,
PTO time.
I shouldn't have to
a mental health day.
Hit this big motherfucker 15 times, like hitting a freight train. Get CTE on every hit, knowing it's just messing my life up. I can't just wait till we play somebody smaller. I can't play the Bengals or whatever the fuck. Like, right. It just, I don't know, man. They need, they union is not unioning right.
It's not.
Like, how you a union, but you not negotiating time off?
Right.
Can I take my lunch break during the second half? Because
no, you cannot.
I don't want to hit this dude in the fourth quarter. He just keep getting stronger and stronger
as the game progresses on. Houseway.
They need football PTO.
Yes, they do. And my next one, me and Roger was eating at a different restaurant. We just sitting down eating, and just out of nowhere, this lady, she was just going off about HBCUs, and I was like, well, damn. It was one of them things where
she was black.
Yeah, the lady was black, and I guess her baby must have had a bad experience at a HBCU. And we just let her cook, because she was just talking out loud, like nobody, like nobody else in there went to one, or nobody would be offended by her statements or anything. And it was just funny to me because a lot of people feel that way about HBCUs when they've had a bad experience, but what they fail to realize, a lot of people have bad experiences across all universities, regardless if it's a HBCU or PWI. They all have financial aid issues. They all have all types of issues. Now, some things might be more specific to HBCUs for the fact that, guess what? We don't have the funds and all that stuff, which is a completely different thing. And or all children are different. like your child, it might not be a mix for them. It might not be a fit for them, just to make a whole swath at at it. And it was like, well, damn. And also, it's one of those things too. I think about this is a lot of people that's gonna be looking real hard at HBCUs when it come time, because it's gonna be like, you ain't gonna get no funding, you ain't gonna get no grants. It's gonna be like, well, what can we do to get you through school without an arm and a leg? Because they keep changing all the rules and the regulations.
Yeah, well, also, like, will HBCUs even be able to function?
True.
If all that comes to pass with funding is, as we see, it's being written in the Supreme Court. So, yeah, and I mean, it's that thing. Like, I don't get too defensive about people that went to HBCUs complaining about their HBCU or whatever. Like, whatever. Everyone has an individual experience. All
Agreed.
schools are schools, and
Right.
I know I had issues at Fayetteville State with financial aid coming through at the right time, and I had to go down there and fight for it. And you really shouldn't have to. I mean, there's other schools where they don't even have to do that kind of shit. And
Right.
So, and that's a common complaint of folks that go to those schools. So, it happens. I'm not gonna. That was her experience or whatever. I just thought it was crazy how loud she was being in that restaurant. I was like, you don't know that everybody agrees,
right, with the statements that you're saying, ma'am. And people may have went to that school or anything. It's like, well, damn.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you over breakfast. Like, say whatever you gotta say. But yeah, my last thing is just intense public phone calls give me secondhand embarrassment. I maybe because I don't ever want to be on one. Like, hopefully, if I got to make an intense phone call, I could do it in the privacy of my house or something.
Or in my car, right?
When I see people out, even in the car, when I see people on a phone call in public that's extremely intense, I be like, oh man. Like I don't know what you're going through, but oh man, I feel bad for them that they got to go through it in front of all of us. I feel like everybody's had an intense conversation, but like having to be like walking down South Boulevard, like, nah, motherfucker, because you're not gonna play me. Who the fuck you think you talking to?
I've seen those
just
before.
Like, oh my god, like that. What
happened?
Life is going bad right now.
Ain't it though? Either they cussing somebody out or somebody cussing them out. Something happening wrong.
Especially when you see somebody that's walking and then they hit that stop because that's how mad they is.
Yes, but they gotta get their thoughts together.
Like, they clearly was walking somewhere, but then they stop and be like the person's in front of them. Like, what the fuck you trying to do? It's like, that person's not even there. They on the phone miles away.
Yes, they are. Most
they can't
likely.
Even tell. I mean, you can hear that they stopped, but you can't really. They. I'm like, man, that's just. It's a bad day, I
don't think I've ever had a conversation like that where I'm, just walking and things like that.
I try not to, man. I've had fun conversations, like a friend called me while I'm taking a stroll through the park or something.
And I'm laughing and stuff,
I prefer to do if I'm going to have to cuss you out type of thing, I'd rather either do it in person or we do that at the privacy of my own home. Because I'm not trying to, I don't want to be, making a right on fucking Albemarle and everybody in the next car like, why is this guy yelling at the top of his voice? Like, this man is having a time.
Right. I hope he make it there.
Yeah, it just, I know I'm supposed to be nosy, but they're far enough away I can't hear them.
Right.
So it just gives me, I'm not even able to be nosy. I'm just like, oh, that's too bad.
Whatever happening is too bad.
Yeah, I can tell it's not good what's happening. Man, that's really sad that you got to go through this in front of all of us,
right, in front of everybody.
Yeah,
that's at this intersection.
Yeah, I'm not even a huge public phone call person as far as like public places. Like, I don't, like, if you're walking down the street, fine, but like, the people that like hop on the bus and then be on speakerphone, it's always like a weird, like, all right, if that's what you want to do, but it's not. But I don't judge them too intensely. I'm just kind of like roll your eyes a little bit on the inside, like, I guess we all need to hear about the party last night or whatever. But that's fine. Right. Sometimes you're nosy and you hear something cool, but whenever it's like an intense fight, I'll be like, oh boy, so you want us to get out the bus for you? Do you need us to stop the train? Everybody take the next train? You need some privacy.
Yes, you do.
Open up the private room for this person. That's it for me.
That's it for me.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, let's get into Another segment, I guess. Well, I guess we have to do politics till we get mad. It's been a while.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on, shame on, shame on, shame on you, shame on you. Fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed.
I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go. Whew, a lot of stuff happening right now. Let's do the politics till we get mad, guys. All right. Chief Justice lets Trump remove member of the Federal Trade Commission for now. Some Supreme Court rulings came out yesterday. Chief Justice John Roberts, who y'all will remember as the guy who said that the reason they could get rid of the Voting Protection Act was because the South was no longer racist, because everybody was able to vote. And then, of course, when they stopped enforcing the laws that allow everyone to be able to vote, suddenly voter suppression came back. It's just interesting. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, those southern states have been trying to challenge individual rights the whole time to try to get voter suppression. It just have been failing at the Supreme Court until Justice Roberts broke the tie and was like, it's cool. The South not racist no more. So why are we even doing it? And back then, I still remember, and I get it. You got, especially you legal people, your J.L. Covans of the world. There's a certain level of objectivity and impartiality you're supposed to have. And I think even those who were upset at him were more like he just read the room wrong. Like he earnestly meant, he thinks that racism is not the same because the people have changed, but it's really just these laws have enforced it, And even at that moment, I went, this motherfucker's an op. There's no way any right-thinking person can have sat on that bench, listen to all the challenges from southern states that were trying to roll back people's rights, and went, I think they're not racist down there anymore. Let's go ahead and remove all the safety valves that are protecting the black people down there. So anyway, he's been the voice of these newest rulings, and they're not even really explaining much of these newest rulings.
They shouldn't. They're not going to.
Yeah, they're just kind of doing them, and they just keep increasing Trump's power without really much pushback. And so in this case, they basically broke a 100 and something year precedent where a president can't remove a member of the Federal Trade Commission. They basically were like, yes, he can. Like, if he wants to fire her, he can. Now, this really bodes, you got to keep your eyebrow arched for this, because there's Lisa Cook, I believe is her name, who is the second in command of the Federal Reserve, and Trump said he fired her via whatever, and she's like, I'm not leaving, you can't fire me, I'll see you in court. And when the court allows something like this that's unprecedented, it does make you think they might allow that, which is unprecedented, which also makes you think that's just a trial to get rid of Jerome Powell, who is the head of the Federal Reserve, who sets out. So I think all of this shit has been set in motion because it's Trump testing his boundaries, and I believe that this will embolden him. If he gets Lisa Cook, it'll embolden him, and then you'll see the Federal Reserve person be fired, quote unquote, by the president, something that has literally never been done before, just because this Supreme Court is all about power. People that criticize them from any other place, I just think are being foolish. These people are 100% about what helps conservatives and MAGA and Trump is good. Anything that Biden tried to do, they would limit his presidential powers. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. And when people say stuff like, why didn't Biden just do blank? Most of them are just fucking like people that don't pay attention, because
Agreed.
there's things he tried to do that they literally said he couldn't, because that's what the Supreme Court's job is, except when it comes to Trump, they're like, he can do whatever he wants.
Agreed. And the thing about it, people really need to be careful about the Federal Reserve, because them are the people that determine what the dollar is worth. They determine a lot of the interest rates and shit like this. These are the people that control whenever we go into a recession. Like these are these people. And so, you know, Trump been trying to get them to do shit. And he was like, no, I'm not trying to fuck up the dollar. I'm not trying to fuck up the whole ass economy with the bullshit that you're requesting. Like, it doesn't make sense. Please let me do my job. And Trump was like, no, bitch, I want you to do this, that, and the other. So he hasn't been pleased with them. So people need to be careful, because if he gets somebody in that does whatever the fuck he wants to do, the American economy is going to be, who knows what's going to happen. I don't mean no harm. Like people take these people for granted. The people that control how much the interest rates on your loans are for your house and your car and shit like this. How much the dollar is compared to the rest of the world. Like shit like that.
Yeah, the court has allowed firings of several other board members of independent agencies. It has suggested, however, that there's this like limitation to his power to fire people. And that's going to be tested when they get to Lisa Cook. And it's interesting because just because they say there's a limit, if they never exhibit that limit, there's not a limit in functionality. Meaning, like, they don't tell him no. So how could we ever go, yeah, there's a limit to his power? The limit is arbitrary. They don't even write their decisions down in a way that would explain it. They're inconsistent. They violate precedent when they want to. They imply precedent that is old, and when they feel like it. Like, it's no. This court just does what it wants to attain power for conservatives.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump complains that it is illegal for men to beat their wives. I saw this clip and thought it was a joke because it was so crazy.
He really said that?
He really said it, yeah.
But ain't that what they want? Don't they want women in the house pregnant and having babies and just being an object that they could just beat up on? Mm-hmm. Like, because you're stripping women of all of their rights so that they could be only dependent on men for, you know, income and self-worth and all this other bullshit. So to me, this is contrary to the message that you're putting out when you pass these fucked up ass laws against women.
Wait, what's contrary to the message?
Because like every time you turn around, like abortion, you know.
Yeah, like, what is his message that's contrary to it?
Oh, what you just said, men shouldn't beat women. I'm going,
no. He's complaining that you can't beat women.
Oh, I heard you wrong.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, yeah, someone's gonna write in and say I corrected you, but yeah, this
no, it's more than 87%, virtually nothing. And
geez, he looks terrible. I guess he's governing this time. I don't know, man. His hair looks gray or something. Looks worse than before. Jesus.
And much lesser things that take place in the home they call crime. You know, they'll do anything they can to find something. If a man has a little fight with the wife, they say this was a crime. See, so now I can't claim 100%. But we are a safe city. You can walk to a restaurant. You can walk to the White House if you work there. You can walk to the Capitol. And even the Democrats, I can't believe it, but they don't want to admit it, but I can't believe it. We could do the same thing in Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. We did it. We saved Los Angeles.
Yeah, he just talking. What's a little fight with the wife? The fuck that means?
Yeah, it's interesting because I wonder, there's two things here. One, it sounds like he's talking to the press. At least this is the same room he talks to the press. Why would anyone be clapping? Because he's replaced the press with a bunch of sycophants and a bunch of right-leaning assholes.
All right.
The other thing is, of course, this is him claiming crime positives for DC so that he can expand it to other cities. Mm-hmm. Our city is one of these potential cities, by the way.
You know what?
Not just because it's black, but because there was a high-profile crime here where a woman was stabbed on the train. She was a Ukrainian immigrant trying to escape war. A random crazy person stabbed her on the train. It was no rhyme or reason to it. There was no conflict. He didn't know her. He was just on the train and just stabbed her out of nowhere. And so Republicans seize on these issues because what do I keep telling y'all? Narratives are more powerful than the truth. It doesn't matter what the crime statistics are. They find these stories that tug at people's already existing isms, and they go, black person kills white lady. Keep in mind, they don't even fuck with Ukraine, the Republicans. They don't like Ukrainians. They don't like immigrants. But suddenly you have a pristine looking white lady and you have this homeless black man and he's done something violent, and now they're like, Charlotte, we may be on this list of places because we're a black city, and here comes an excuse. Now they can find these type of random stories of crimes throughout the United States, right?
Yes, they can,
especially with guns. You could literally stop in any state and just pick a city and be like, a gun crime happened there, we should deploy the National Guard. But there's a reason they keep doing it for these black cities. But yeah, meanwhile, he's complaining that a man can't get in a little fight with his wife without it being called a crime, which is insane shit. But yeah, this is the person they put in charge.
Yep, this is the person that they put in charge. And the thing is, ever since I heard about DC, I ain't trying to be funny, my heart was like, oh yeah, Charlotte on that list. Like I immediately was like, oh
of
yeah,
course.
We're on the list. And nobody,
any majority black city, suburban type city is, yeah, you're on the list.
You're on the list. You're not special. You're not above it all or anything like that. Republicans live in your state too. Because in a lot of these places you have this concentration of black and brown and other, and then a lot of places, the rest of the state around that place is fucking red as apples. And so it's just one of those things where people just feel safe because they don't go outside of those places, and people that live in those places to tell you, don't go down so-and-so, don't go up a so-and-so, drive past this, because we know that they don't want us there. Like, we understand that. And so to live under the illusion and be delusional that these things will not impact you is nuts to me.
COVID-19 cases surge again across the U.S. as vaccine access sparks controversy. California has already seen hospitalizations near double, and wastewater monitoring confirms that virus levels are climbing across the west, south, and southeast. But because of the updated vaccine rules and restrictions, they have updated vaccines for us, but everyone can't get them. You gotta be 65 or older, or you gotta have a qualifying health condition for you to get it. Restrictions put in place by, of course, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, Trump said some shit about how vaccines work, they just do, or whatever, and everybody's like, ooh, there's a rift between RFK Jr. and Trump. And I'm like, what does it mean if nothing's gonna happen?
Right.
End of the day, Donald Trump can go get vaccinated if he wants to, and that's all he cares about. Him. He don't care about us. He doesn't care about what we think about him.
Agreed.
He's fine. So while even him saying that doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean RFK Jr. is getting fired. It doesn't mean that the vaccine rules will come back. It doesn't mean shit until something happens. It like this, right. Like everyone thinks it's a fucking reality show. Like, ooh, they fighting. The girls are fighting. It's like, this is our fucking lives, bitch. This is not. Right. This isn't like a catty reality show where like, oh, look at this, Kim got into it with Chloe. Like, these are people in charge of shit. Mm-hmm. So like the whole like, ooh, big eyes, like that missed me with all that shit.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of times like you said, a lot of this shit I just don't talk, because I realize particularly the public en masse is just stupid, and they would rather see that than the reality of people being able to go get vaccinated. And some states are like having a fit and like, y'all not making rules, fuck it, we're gonna make an individual state rule so our people can get these fucking shots. Fuck what he talking about. But all they're gonna do is challenge it and make and enforce whatever the fuck that they're doing, because they're gonna be like, you state can't make your own individual rules. That's the federal, quote unquote, federal government's job. But then it's funny when they want the federal government to come in, and then the shit they need to come in, or they were like, nah, individual states' rights.
Trump's letter to Epstein got released. Some House Democrats got it out to everybody. Of course, it's the same letter he denies even writing. When asked about it, he said it's dead. It's already been discussed or some shit like that. These people that believe every conspiracy theory, including AI videos of Tim Walz, will not pick up this conspiracy enough. They it's not enough for them to get away from Trump, even if they supposed to believe it, but yeah, so shout out to the Democrats for doing that, even though I think it's one of those futile things that people say they want, and then as soon as the Democrats do it, it doesn't count for shit. It's like you didn't do anything. But yeah, I don't think this will have any real effect. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe Joe Rogan and them will actually go read the shit and be like, that's disgusting, man. But I don't think they really will. I don't think they're,
because it doesn't matter. And so that's why, when you come out, you be like, I didn't vote for this. I personally don't want to hear, and I don't care. This is what you voted for. You're gonna have to deal with that, and you're gonna have to deal with people looking at you crazy and all that shit. Like this is the reality that you made. These are the decisions that you've done. These are the people that you put on your platform, and you're not going to run away from that because you use your platform to spew this bullshit.
Michigan judge tosses case against 15 accused fake electors from Donald Trump in 2020. District Court Judge Kristen D. Simmons, who I believe was a black woman, said in a court hearing that the 15 Republicans accused will not face trial. The case is dragged through court since Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, a Democrat, announced the charges over 2 years ago. Simmons says she saw no intent to commit fraud in the defendants' actions, whether they were right, wrong, or indifferent. They seriously believed there were problems with the election. I believe they were executing their constitutional right to seek redress. Each member of the group, which included a few high-profile members of the Republican Party in Michigan, faced 8 charges of forgery and conspiracy to commit election forgery. The top felony charges carried a maximum penalty of 14 years in prison. Supporters, friends, and families crowded in the hallway outside the courtroom cheered when the judge said the case would be dismissed. Defendants leaving the courtroom cried and hugged friends and family. One woman wept and hugged at another and said, "We did it." Yeah, I mean, when January 6th people are literally getting pardoned,
what else you think gonna happen?
I can see a judge literally being like, "What's the point?"
Right. Regardless of where they fall,
they shouldn't be like that, for the record.
Agreed.
But I can see them looking around realistically and being like, some of these motherfuckers are in the party that decide who judges are in my state.
Yes.
Donald Trump will probably, he can't pardon them because these aren't federal charges, but like just this, they'll be playing the victim. Something else will happen. It's sad, but I mean, I can't imagine what her reasoning is other than to be like, who the fuck cares at this point? No one's doing anything. But yeah, you would like to see the judge do something and make them go to trial. But yeah, so I don't know. It just sucks. This seems like there's less and less, if not no, consequences for obvious malfeasance these days. The U.S. added 911,000 fewer jobs estimated between 2024 and 2025. Now, some of you may be thinking like, oh, under Trump? No, under Biden. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because I think, once again, it's my conspiracy. Okay, so y'all don't gotta write in. I know some of you niggas can't help yourselves and be like, "But Rod, this happens all the time." This is what I'm saying. I don't think it happens all the time. I think under Trump, we can't trust these numbers.
I agree.
I think there's an obvious agenda, and he puts people in place. He puts pressure on the people already there to just bend to his will. When they don't, he fires them. He gets new people in place, and they just fucking report what the fuck they tell them to. Like, what will make Donald Trump smile is their job.
Mm-hmm.
And so now saying that the Biden economy wasn't that strong. It seemed strong, but it's actually not strong, guys. If you go back and look at it, actually there were almost 1 billion jobs.
I don't believe that.
Like, this is the same guy that called Georgia and said, find me the exact amount of votes I need to steal this election. I don't know, man. I hear y'all, maybe, and look, maybe I've just been driven crazy by how much you can't trust this administration, but I doubt the validity of these numbers with this extremely convenient timing. You just fired somebody for reporting your numbers down
right
3 months ago and was like, nope, they're doing a bad job. But now here we go to be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it's not to say that they were not on the way down, but I don't trust this. Like you say, the timing means something to me. Like with this one, this is a little different. This ain't no revise or anything like that. It's, oh yeah, these numbers been down. Yeah, after you fired that lady and got somebody else in there, they were like, go back into when the Biden was in office and lower them goddamn numbers too.
Yeah, all of a sudden, this Biden handed me a weak economy, which is why it was weak when I first got into office.
But when he first came in, he was praising about how great the economy was, how great the stock market was, how great everything was. Yeah. I remember.
So, and yes, I get it. There's a history of revising. You guys are right. And maybe y'all don't look, maybe y'all are right and I'm tripping and I'm just going way too hard right now. But I don't trust it. I don't. I know they've revised these reports before, but they also said that the BLS, which is the Bureau of Labor Statistics, has been under attack from the Trump administration. This is from the AP, I believe, or is it the AP? Axios. Okay. Trump has seized on data from previous QCEW reports suggesting without evidence that the figures were politicized. Top Trump economic officials, including Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, have been warning that today's report will show notably slower jobs growth. We're going to get revisions for last year next week, Bessent said on NBC News Meet the Press on Sunday. I'm not sure what these people who collect data have been doing. Okay.
Right.
If y'all want to believe it, that's fine. I'm not telling y'all not to, but I don't. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
I don't. And maybe it's just me. Last year's next week. A year's worth of shit like that can take a while. But you asking somebody to go back and get last year's information and revamp it basically and give it back to you within a week basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe that's just me. I don't know how shit work. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, because it wasn't that long.
I don't think it's that quick.
Because it couldn't have been that long ago he got rid of this person. It had to be like a couple weeks at best, right? Because we covered that just recently that he was trying to get rid of that person, and that person got fired. And now what? 2-3 weeks later, we have a billion jobs for Biden were overcounted, but the reason they got rid of that person because they apparently overcounted jobs for Trump and went back to amend those.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see.
Make it make sense, dog.
Speaking of which, the Supreme Court lifted a restriction on LA immigration stops where they can now consider people's race for probable cause for stopping them. Just blatantly like that.
Oh no.
Same Supreme Court that said you can't consider race when it comes to getting into college or hardships. But if you want to, stop and frisk some brown people for speaking Spanish or being brown or going to work or whatever, you can do that. It was a 6-3 decision. So complete Republican majority. They're all along those lines. And they basically just said they don't care.
They do not care. And my heart goes out because you know what? Shit starts there. You know what? It spreads across
go everywhere.
The
all
country.
The cities. LA's the place they start, but all the cities. And John Kavanaugh wrote in his his decision, it was like, well, when they find out that the people are legal citizens, the police just tend to, they'll just let them go because that's the right thing to do. It's like, oh, okay,
no, that's not
the same administration that's been fighting to send a dude to a country he's not from, and it's been like months now. Like this ICE,
right?
This administration, they'll be like, oh, oops, we had the wrong guy. The people that you had to fight to get them to bring back somebody from a place they shipped them out illegally.
And the thing is, with this shit, it ain't gonna care about how much paperwork you have. It ain't gonna care about how what kind of documentations you might have, proving things like and shit like this has happened before in our country. And it's just like you said, so many things with history just repeating ourselves. It's like, am I just gonna have to just carry a bunch of shit on me? But like you say, if you hit the wrong person, don't give a fuck about none of that. Burn it in front of my face and still fucking arrest me and take my black ass to jail. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, man. And it relies on that similar type of thing. Like I forget if it was John Roberts, but there was a quote from one of the justices that was something like, "This doesn't move our country backward, roll our country backwards. It moves us forward." And I'm like, y'all are just literally saying shit from Twitter.
Right.
Y'all are supposed to be legal scholars. You're not citing precedent. You're just citing like, one of these decisions is going to be like, cry your liberal tears. It just makes me smile. like at this point, I know you are, but what am I? Okay. I'm rubber
for breakfast.
Yeah. I'm rubber. You're glue. Like, these decisions no longer seem to be about legal precedent or upholding any of the values that they swore to uphold when they took these offices. And but the other thing with SCOTUS, with the Supreme Court, that I have to bring up every time, and I know people don't like to talk about this, because especially Democratic liberal people like to just get mad at at Hillary Clinton, and they like to get mad at Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and they still get mad at that. And I can't, they like to get mad at Obama. Guys, we the people knew.
Mm-hmm.
We knew. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't. Everything they knew, we knew.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say something like Ruth Bader Ginsburg knew she was too old and she needed to step down, yeah, we knew that too when it was time to vote, and we still didn't go out and vote for Hillary Clinton.
We did not.
So we put that Supreme Court justice on that. We put Kavanaugh on there.
Yes.
We put Amy Coney Barrett on there.
Mm-hmm.
We did that.
Yes, we did.
That's not that wasn't done to us or for us. We did that. We had the best motivation. We had an empty Supreme Court seat during one of these elections.
Yes, we
did.
An
empty one. Meaning we knew that if Donald Trump was elected, he would be picking a Supreme Court justice. And we knew the Republicans that were in office at that time refused to go through the process. And we were so busy blaming Democrats that we didn't stop to look around and say, but we can stop this by just making sure a Democrat gets elected.
Yes, sir.
And the anger comes at Ruth Bader Ginsburg, comes at Obama, it comes at Hillary Clinton. The anger for me is firmly on the people, and it's never going to move for me.
It's not.
Everything else seems like an obfuscation of the absolute truth, that we are living in a country where 50% of the motherfuckers that vote are just fucking evil motherfuckers that are villains that hate us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to find some way that it's not it's these complicated it's not that complicated to me.
It's not
people
that
hard. Vote for this shit care more than we care about the right thing and righteousness and protecting each other. And
right.
They
literally are built differently.
Yes. So yeah, I think that's where I fall on it. And I hear what people are trying to say. I just, and like I said, I don't talk politics with most people anymore because I have such a level of anger that it's not anger that is it's rational, it's thoughtful, but it's not sparing of people. Meaning,
I don't want to hurt your little feelings. So
right, when people say stuff in my brain, I'll be thinking like, this stupid motherfucker, and it's not deserved. Meaning, like,
right,
these people are smart, they're trying to think their way through it. Some of them are emotionally rationalizing things. I feel like I've just gotten to a point where it's extremely simple.
Yes, and I'm focused.
It just, everything everybody's saying, none of it changes the fact that there are people out here who are just straight up voting for this shit.
Yep.
And we're letting them cook because we're going, somehow this is Gavin Newsom's fault. Somehow this is Kamala Harris's fault. And it's like, it's really not though. Because everything they knew. And yet when it's time to go vote, those who didn't vote, those who voted against, voted Republican, those who wrote third party, those who, left the top, those who left the top blank, to me, all of them are equally complicit. I know that doesn't sound fair to people. It should be some nuance and levels of gray. It's not for me.
No, it's not.
I have contempt for all people like that. And I could sit up here and try to pretend that it's not. I could even, I could key with you. The Democrats should have did this. It don't matter to me.
I refuse.
We're living in a huge lie.
Yes.
A big lie about like, well, the Democrats didn't do this. Everything they say they didn't do, they did. Everything. You know, I saw one of the things Trump is doing is taking down the signs from Joe Biden's infrastructure project, the bill he passed against Trump and against Republicans, got it passed anyway, this huge infrastructure bill. You're getting bridges, you're getting roads. These are Joe Biden achievements. He has taken the signs down. He's putting up Trump signs to say he did it. And sure, some people are going to fall for that, but the reason they're going to fall for that is because they're fucking stupid, or they're willfully ignorant, or they're complicit. That's why they're going to fall for it. So should I be mad at Trump? I'm always mad at Trump, but I'm not really that mad at Trump about this. I'm mad at these stupid motherfuckers. The people that go, but Trump gave me a Trump check. You're a stupid motherfucker, Sexy Red. I can't respect you. You're dumb. And not in a dangerous way that's dangerous to all of us. So I'm harboring more anger than your average, like, I'm just mad about this. I'm mad at millions of people, billions, like not billions of people, not just this one guy who gets on TV, or not just Scott Jennings or whoever. It's a lot of motherfuckers I don't fuck with, and I can't ever see me fucking with, period, to the day I die. Same. And some of them are your just crunchy vegans that won't use vegan fucking roach spray and don't vegan bathroom cleaner, and they you would think they're a good person. I'm like, this motherfucker let us get to this situation, right? So fuck them too. So anyway, that's I'm mad. So I guess we can move on.
Yeah, we can move
on. Go ahead,
you
got it.
No problem. And I 100% agree with you, and the anger and the vitriol that I have in my heart is serious. Like people better realize, and if you talk to me, my anger to you will be irrational and illogical. To me, I'm 100% logical. And the reason why, because I don't want to hear any excuses. And so anything that you come up with, I'm gonna be like, I don't care. I don't want to hear it, because at the end of the day, people are dying, and all you're giving me is excuses.
And you're not even trying. Like, it would be one thing if they were saying, well, the reason people are dying is because fuck them people. They're saying, no, I'm letting the people die because I care more than you.
Right.
And I'm like, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. But yeah, once again, it's you know what it is? It's the old adage, the customer is always right. And anyone who's ever worked a job where you dealt with customers knows that that's not true. But it's an old adage that we decide to act like it's true. And America has made this thing, and I think it's because of white people, where the voter's always right. It's never the voter's fault if they're white. It's voters' fault when they're not, though, right? Black people, low information, uninformed, biased, that kind of shit. But when it's white folks, they're just hardworking middle of America, just
economic anxiety.
Yeah, it's everything, but they're not responsible for what's happening. It's Joe Rogan being like, I didn't vote for this. It's right. Andrew Schultz being like, I didn't vote for this after spending 10 years on this man's dick trying to tell us all he's gonna save the world. It's that kind of shit. So yeah, I hold contempt for all of these motherfuckers. All right, let's see if we can move into something else. What other things that I have to talk about? I feel like I had other things. I'm trying to see what segment to get into. You know what? Let's just do some regular news.
Listen. Listen. For those I want you to, you see, for those I want you to, for those I want you to, you see, for those I want you to, you see.
Megan Thee Stallion's lawyer served streamer Adin Ross court papers via mariachi band. So according to him,
whatever it takes.
He was on a live stream with DJ Academics. The 24-year-old Kick streamer revealed he had been served papers from the 30-year-old Grammy winner's lawyers in a really creative way. Listen to what the lawyers did. They called a mariachi to my house. They called a mariachi like a Mexican band to perform outside my house. They make me want to come outside so they could serve me the paper.
That means you've been avoiding the shit. That's what that means. That means they have been trying to reach you and contact you, and you be like, nah. They were like, you know what, bitch? We gonna get you.
Yep.
That's all that means.
Running like a bitch. Running from that lawsuit.
Because you don't want to be held accountable.
They're not giving up, DJ Academic said, stunned by the gesture. Ross, a prominent and controversial internet personality who hold courts online with problematic rappers and politicians alike, including Donald Trump, was a loud vocal supporter of Tory Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson. But yeah, I guess he advocated for Lanez's release and alleged that Megan was lying.
And she was like, oh, word.
Yes. Free motherfucking Tory Lanez. I will always stay with this statement. I don't give a fuck where I'm at in life. Free Tory Lanez. And see, part of it is that people like DJ Academics and that incel crowd, they cater to a certain type of man that hates women. And so part of the Megan Thee Stallion thing is not at all about Megan Thee Stallion. It could have been about any woman. It's just, here's a prominent woman that we can bash in front of each other to show that I'm your favorite incel. Keep supporting me and kicking,
manly man.
Yeah, kicking it with me on the channel. Megan got caught lying. She got caught lying at 4K. He said they weren't having sex. Then they said fucked a few times. She never even shown her foot, he claimed. In another clip, he doubled down. Tory had no evidence on this shit, bro. Tory ain't do it. I promise you, it's always free Tory. Show the bullet wound, bitch.
Oh, but yeah, you gonna get them papers. You gonna get every single paper. I will see you in court.
In addition to his frequent commentary, just 2 weeks ago, DJ Academics was deposed by Megan's team about whether or not he was solicited to take such a strong stance against her online. He reportedly called her a liar during his deposition. And while on his live stream with Ross, he claimed he may have to return to re-answer one question. They're not giving up, he reiterated.
I wouldn't either. I'm going to be as adamant as you are about your statements.
Yeah, you know what's funny to me, too, is like, there's a lot of times that we're seeing now, these like streamer type people who aren't legal experts or scholars, they don't have a legal team around them. This isn't like game theory where we had a legal department and shit.
Their whole job was to be sure shit was right.
Right. So like with us, it's like you could not, you couldn't say certain shit if it couldn't get past the lawyers. You had to find a way to say it or you had to leave it out. And they obviously don't have that, but almost everyone has the same recourse. If someone was to pop up and do like, hey, cease and desist, everyone always forgets you can cease and desist.
Yeah, you can just stop.
You can be like, hey, let me just leave it alone. But I'm thinking about people like that Tasha
with Tasha K.
Yeah, Tasha K. Thank you.
Yeah, she showed her pure ass. I don't blame Cardi. Like it get to the point where they just get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But you like, you know what? I was gonna ignore you, but you are forcing my hand.
Candace Owens with the Macrons.
With the French people.
Yeah, like they're crashing out over this because somehow it's more profitable or this is more sensationalistic to just ride the thing until you're just fucking sued to oblivion, I guess. Because
till you lose everything.
To me, you would think someone, and I'm sure he's very rich and powerful or whatever, but you would think, okay, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they said that okay, well, legally, I don't actually know shit. I'm just on here talking shit anyway.
Yeah, you
would
stop.
think, but they, in their mind, there must be some sort of equation. Like me being openly, publicly defiant of this woman is worth the capital that I gain, whether it be money wise or fame wise or whatever. Like just the acknowledgement of this famous person is bigger than me saying, man, let me just stop talking about this lady so I can fucking like move on with my life and not worry about going to court. Because they don't have any evidence or know anything that the rest of us don't know.
Right. And also it's just one of those things where, like you said, people get these things kind of all of the time. And most people, guess what? They just stop talking about the shit and just move on. And guess what? It's not a big thing. Don't nobody even know they got the fucking papers. They just all of a sudden they just pivot towards something else and people wonder why.
Yeah. Let's see. I feel like SNL layoffs is really white people news. I'm gonna delete
yes,
that,
it is.
even though I know some of the people was black. Let's see. Serena Williams. I guess we didn't get to this a while ago, but she is like a spokesperson for GLP-1, which is these medicines like Ozempic that help people lose weight, and all that stuff. And so she came out and then, has endorsed it, and then she revealed her, stunning like 31-pound weight loss, and you know, she brought up that, hey, after I had my baby, my body kind of changed. I was, if you remember, even after having her baby, she was still the like number one tennis player in the world at one point.
Whooping people asses.
But her body never looked obviously like it used to look. So she's using her platform basically to promote this drug and be like, listen, if there's a stigma attached to like, oh, you just got to eat right and work hard. I'm the person that was doing all that. Y'all know I was doing all that. Nobody was working harder than me, working their body. And I still couldn't get my body to look the way I wanted it to. And so I took this drug and now I've lost like 31 pounds and, you know, I'm feeling confident and better about myself. Now, obviously, I'm not a dummy. You're not a dummy. It's an ad.
Yes, it is.
No one's stupid. Like,
but paid to endorse, right?
But being paid to endorse and it actually having worked for her. I mean, we got eyes. We can see the change that she went through. I do have some sympathy for her because genetics is a strong thing, and people don't like. In our push for this toxic positivity, sometimes we don't even like to discuss like everybody's body's different.
It is.
There's also just pressure from society to look a certain way. There's a bunch of shit happening at the same time, and it just people kind of cherry pick what side of the fence they're on. So,
and it also depends on who the person is.
Yeah. So Jameela Jamil, who is an actress and an Indian woman from Canada, we've talked about her before because she's had controversies.
I've heard her name a lot.
I mean, I want to say we were talking about her 10 years ago.
Yes, I was about to say she's been around a very long time.
She used to be in fucking with black people because people used to be mad that she would like do these like culturally inappropriate raps and all this shit. It was a lot, but she never really bothered me one way or another. But you know, I just knew that people were very annoyed. Like you couldn't bring her name up on Twitter at one point. But she chimed in on it and basically tried to say that the thing I feel, she said Serena Williams is selling GLP-1s. The thing I feel most uncomfortable about here is that celebrities have access to doctors most others don't have access to. These miracle weight loss drugs come at a price. Now, Jameela has never been bigger or whatever. Like she's always been like a pretty thin model type, you know. The side effects can include paralysis of the gastric system, pancreatitis, cancer, hair loss, osteoporosis, severe malnutrition, muscle mass loss, depression. There have been reports of suicide, thyroid issues, blindness, and they can really wreak havoc on your metabolism. If for some reason you have to suddenly come off, many people gain the weight back and then some fast. It's much harder to then lose. Nobody tells you these things in the adverts in the media. You need blood tests, DEXA scans, nutritionists, a dedicated weight regimen to maintain muscle mass and bone density. You need medical support if things go wrong. You don't have $1 billion to fix it. That's why I don't like celebs pushing drugs with such drastic documented side effects. Then she wrote, that's just the caption, the picture of it, the words. Then she wrote an even longer thing in her response, like her actual caption to this long ass, you know, picture of words. I got this information from websites of the drugs and side effect page. You can go see for yourself. Go ahead, take the drug or anything you like. Please just make sure you have access to proper health care before you make the decision to take any drug that has drastic results. Things can go south very fast, as is documented in many lawsuits emerging regarding these medicines. They can be amazing for some, but also devastating for others. So make sure you're prepared in case you are one of the unlucky ones. That's all I ask. Heart emoji. P.S. Many people have asked me to highlight the fact that Serena's husband is an investor in this company. Another reason we should take every celebrity endorsement with a pinch of salt. PPS, this post is about transparency, not judging Serena's body, nor is it judging you or your decision to take it.
What the fuck are we talking about here, girl? Ain't nobody stupid. Nobody's stupid. And I want to ask you, have you ever endorsed something? Have you ever sponsored something? Has anybody ever given you something and you talked about it? The same thing applies to you then.
It's a literal, factual, evidence-based plea to make sure you have adequate medical support if you do take these drugs. They're for the long term, and we should always be prepared for anything that can significantly change our body functions for better or worse. If you have a problem with my call for transparency and medical responsibility, you are the problem. My size does not change the fact that we need to maintain transparency, especially when celebrities make millions from endorsing the drug. So basically, people, I'm sure in her comments, she was getting a lot of pushback, in addition to it being Serena, who is very beloved, but also just like, ma'am, this isn't even your struggle. Like right. You like not, and it doesn't mean she doesn't have body issues,
right?
But this specific, you your body is extra heavy, so you your doctor, you may inquire about GLP-1s, your doctor may recommend it. That's not her struggle. So I'm sure people were mad about that, whether or not, it's just her opinion.
And my thing is, have you ever talked about this at any period of time? Like if I go through and comb through, have you ever been an advocate for this? If not, I don't believe you.
PPS, I don't know if she has or not.
Okay.
So I don't want to say that because she's a person that gives her opinion on a lot of things.
Okay.
A lot of times warranted and unwarranted. She's one of those like / activist type internet activist people. So I would not be surprised if she has spoken about stuff like this. She kind of be speaking of all kinds of things, whether people, that's one of the it's been a long time ago, so I know you don't remember, but that was one of the things when we used to talk about on the show a lot, was people being like, this ain't her lane. Like, she's talking about this type of racism in America. She don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Oh, yes.
That kind of shit.
Okay. Yes.
She's talking about cultural appropriation, but she ain't from here. She don't know how black people feel, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. PPS, cancer is not a direct side effect, but a risk for anyone with a predisposition towards thyroid cancer, which sadly many doctors forget to ask when they give out these drugs.
Girl, don't nobody care about all that.
She got 2,222 comments.
Don't nobody care about that. You spoke out about Serena. The drug was a jump off point for you to talk about this woman, and people was like, "Bitch, what you talking about?" And then you want to give us this long ass wah 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 instead of taking personal accountability for the words that came out of your mouth.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot going on when it comes to weight and body in America and the world in general. America does have like an obesity. We're living at the peak of it right now, whatever you want to call it. And I think there's a different type of shaming that happens that is like, you're not losing weight the way I think you should lose weight. And whether it be a drug or not, some of these people have had fucking fillers and injections and they also have access to billions of dollars, or they have access to doctors that specifically work in certain areas. I think the biggest issue with this is more the assumption that all these people are just fucking dumb. Like everyone saw Serena Williams, who openly, she's talking about transparency. Serena Williams is like, I am endorsing this thing. This is an ad, but it's an ad that's a personal thing that's worked for me. Oprah's done this with Weight Watchers, so to me, what the assumption is that everyone just sees celebrity, Serena Williams, someone I like, and then immediately goes, I don't need to talk to no doctor. Give me the drug. And there are people that do that. There are going to be some people that do that. There's nothing you can do about those people. Like, they're not going to be like, well, the Jameela Jamil post saved me from I wasn't going to consult a doctor. I was just going to start taking this drug without anyone's approval, no medical, whatever. I don't know that this is heading it off at the path. Could it be jealousy? Could it be, you just don't like that shit? Could it be, like I said, a different type of hang up about people's bodies, which is this, you need to lose weight in the quote unquote right way? Or whatever.
And my thing is, what is the right way? It's
whatever they decide. Because remember with Lizzo, there were people that were mad that she was big. Then there were people that were obviously defending her being big. But it's her body. She went on a juice cleanse. This is before she lost weight. She just went on a juice cleanse. And it's like the sides flipped. There were people that were mad at her for, oh, you took this juice cleanse so you could lose weight. Which, if that's what she wanted to do, that's her fucking right. It's her body. It works both ways. Like, body autonomy is body autonomy. It can't be body autonomy sometimes or whatever, unless the person's like harming themselves or something. They're allowed to do what they want to. They have full understanding, and the assumption is they understand what they're doing. But they weren't going, well, you know what? She probably doesn't have access to doctors. She was just losing weight the wrong way. You go on these juice cleanses, it's going to cause your body to do this, right? Okay, then she lost weight. She's been open about, like, she's obviously posting her exercise and all that stuff, but she also was like, I tried Ozempic for a little bit and I got off of it because I didn't like the way it made me feel. But there's people that's like, well, even then, there's something wrong with the way you're losing weight. Oh, you're doing it because you hate being fat. You're doing it because you hate fat people. It's like a lot of different
Yeah, it's a lot of different
attacks
things
coming to a person.
And so for me, it's a lose-lose situation, particularly being a public figure. They can never do it right. If they do it the quote unquote right way, which is a lot of people consider that without any type of drugs, all of a sudden they're gonna claim that you're on the drugs regardless. So it's like, I didn't do the drugs. People are, bet you lying. You like, I didn't do drugs. I actually got a nutritionist and all that shit. You lying, because nobody can prove, like, unless you show your record saying that you would never own it, nobody's going to believe you. Then there's people who use these drugs and it works for them. It's great, and they lose the weight, and that's for whatever the reason is, but they still lose too.
But also, let's say you use the drugs and it doesn't work, then you switch drugs or you go to the other thing. Like, they always go with the most catastrophic thing, like, you're gonna die, and it's like
this fake.
Okay,
caring.
so let's say 0.00001% of people die doing this drug, and let's say more people might die doing I don't know. More people get addicted to painkillers. More people did die from medical procedures like liposuction and shit. Like, at some point, you have to be like, these people made an informed decision. They're adults, and that's it.
That's it.
And obviously, even in the ad, it's gonna tell you consult with your doctor. I'm sure Serena Williams is gonna tell you consult with your doctor. Right. So that's why I'm like questioning Jameela Jamil, because what her comment makes it seem like is that Serena goes, don't say these things. Like, hey guys, there are no side effects. Don't consult your doctor. Listen to me. I'm Serena Williams. And I 1,000,000% guarantee you that's not what happened.
That is not.
But that's the way her comment frames it. Like, I'm informing you, but you're really not. It does come off. It comes off weird to me. Like overly concerned.
Yeah.
Concern trolling of bigger people.
Yes. That fake concerning, and I feel like particularly online, a lot of people, they do that fake concerning when they actually don't care, but they're just using these things as an excuse to show that they're more virtuous than you are.
Yeah, and I think subconsciously people feel like fatter people do not deserve comfort, ease. They don't deserve
right.
And it's gotten so polarizing that it's like, if you are happy in your body, they're like, you should be miserable, but for the right reasons. Right. Like, you should be miserable about your body, but it should make you want to eat vegetables and run every night. What am I doing? I don't have the same genetics as you. I'm eating pizza and doing what the fuck I feel like doing, but fuck you.
Right.
You know, she's working in an industry where, like, being 94 pounds is like a requirement to be on screen. They probably tell her to lose weight, and she's not a big woman at all.
Right.
She lives under that pressure too, but she's like, listen, I want to be seen as a good person. Other people are bigger and we should be accepting of that. Okay, so unless it's time to get cast in a role, then nobody can believe that shit. The other thing I would add too is a lot of people are resentful of it being easy, because to them, they are always tempted with their own body issues, and it's
Agreed.
Like, well, then I'm only 10 pounds overweight. Maybe I should get on one of these. Oh, you got on one? Fuck you fat piece of shit. Like, it's like that type of thing. Like, you're cheating somehow. It's
right.
And most people don't stop to think about their inner voice and why it's the way it is or whatever, or even just in a polite way to be like, hey man, it's not my body. It's not really my problem.
Right.
So yeah, you end up with people like that look like Jameela Jamil warning the rest of us off of something that essentially, if you talk to your doctor and you and your doctor and whatever people y'all decide, the nutritionist, that's your fucking business.
Right.
It's really that simple. And an ad is an ad, the same way that when you do an ad for fucking she's on like the cover of Vogue or whatever. Like, no, I'm not, guys, this cover has been photoshopped. Like, we get it. We know how covers work.
We sure do. We know how they work, and we know how they function. And this, for me, it's just one of those things to where, like I say, a lot of this is fake concern trolling. A lot of it, in my opinion, for some people, it's like a lot of things intersections here.
Yeah.
You have jealousy.
Possibly. Yeah. I don't know, but yes, possibly.
But not everything, but for some people.
I'm just throwing it out there that, it's possible, because I did say that too, but I want to say I'm not saying she is. It could be. I don't know. It's just,
Agreed.
It's such a weird thing. You go to the rest of her page and it's all fucking glamour shots of her being beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, this is even for her, this is kind of it's been a while since she did something like this. And so of course you're like, yeah, what is going on with this?
Right. And the thing is, people say things, and like you said, I think a lot of times people look on the outside and they just see overweight people and they just think you're supposed to suffer. They think you're not supposed to be happy at whatever size you are. And they would rather you do things that are more harmful to your body to lose weight than to actually do things that might actually benefit you more.
Well, it's another thing. So I don't think it's coming from I want to see you suffer place in her. I think it's coming from a positive place. I think she thinks, no, love yourself at wherever you are, whatever weight you are. And just like, I think things are that flat on social media. So
it is.
But anyone who's thinking of these medicines or even thinking of lifting weights that person is having more concerns than just being positive about their body.
Agreed. They put some thought into it.
When I saw this, the whole thing I thought was like, everybody just, if you have a doctor, go consult with your doctor. If you don't have a doctor, go find a doctor. If you don't have a good doctor, go keep working till you can find a doctor.
Agreed.
If not, then none of this conversation is going to be for you because you can't even get this medicine without a doctor.
No, you can't.
So the point being, like, if your doctor's like, your blood pressure is high, what are we going to do? That's your business.
Right. Let's get it down.
Yeah.
Right?
But what happens is conversations online take one of these two lanes. Everything's polarized. So it's either fat people are terrible, disgusting, horrible people that suffer and should suffer, and fuck them. Right. They're just bad. They're lazy. They're just bad people. And then there's the other extreme, which is like, everything's fine. Don't worry about nothing. Don't listen to your doctor. Don't listen to your family. Don't listen to your body.
Crazy too.
Just do it. And so those are that's why I don't really talk about this shit on the show, because those are the extremes online. Even what we're saying right now, there's somebody mad somewhere. I don't know what part they're mad at. We weren't positive enough. We weren't negative enough.
Right.
All I'm saying is people are individual.
Agreed.
Their motivation is individualized. And honestly, like, it's not really anyone's business. No one's really owed transparency anyway. And Jameela Jamil's not providing transparency for Serena Williams, which is how she couched her conversation. But only Serena Williams can provide transparency for Serena Williams. And all this information you just told us is public information and stuff that's in the commercial, stuff that's she's talking about. So where's the real motivation for this?
That's the question.
Yeah, we'll never really know because I'm not reading her mind. But yeah, it was a big deal a couple weeks ago. It kind of passed, so it's not like the hugest deal anymore, which is probably the best time to talk about it now that everybody's had time to process this shit.
Right.
But yeah, Jameela be doing too much. It's all good. Let's see. ChatGPT floods courts with fake cases. Sanctions follow. Courts across the U.S. are grappling with a wave of legal filings that contain fabricated precedent generated by AI tools like ChatGPT.
Yep, because motherfuckers are lazy.
It's just in there citing fucking court cases from movies. Your Honor, in the case of Johnson versus Taylor about the auto mechanic theft, imagine if that little girl was black. I rest my case. ChatGPT.
Right. And they've done enough studies to say that it hallucinates and just gives you shit like, do your jobs. And like somebody say, pay paralegals. Like, it's somebody's job that was supposed to verify and check that shit. They was like, we can get the computer to do it, and probably fired a bunch of people and realized, no bitch, you can't. You better hire them people and get them people back in there.
AI hallucinations occur when an artificial intelligence system like ChatGPT produces information that is false, misleading, or entirely fabricated, but is presented in a way that appears confident and credible. This practice often leads to legal disciplinary actions. Oh, you mean lies? In May, the Utah Court of Appeals sanctioned Utah-based lawyer Richard Bednar after it was found he used ChatGPT to produce AI hallucinations, filing false citations to a non-existent court case. Back in June 2023, a Manhattan federal judge fined attorneys $5,000 for citing non-existent cases generated by ChatGPT in the New York case. Yeah, we're just lucky those people caught it. How many times has this gone through when we haven't caught it yet?
Right.
Who's in jail or free that shouldn't be? Since then, such instances have multiplied. In June, Damien Charlatan, what a funny last name. A legal researcher found 95 AI involved fraudulent cases in the United States since June 2023, with 58 occurring this year. So it's escalating.
Oh, yeah.
Despite the risk, the growing use of AI in legal proceedings is driven by pressures to save time, cut costs for firms, and meet rising client expectations.
Yeah, but it's not safe. Like, you know, I'm supposed to be representing you. You want me to be as accurate as possible. And the thing is, I don't mean no harm. The time it takes you to verify the shit that he gave you, you might as well have a human being do it.
Jameela Jamil need to get on top of this.
Yes, she does. What's your opinion on this, ma'am?
We need a post, ma'am. And also, like, I just hope JL Covan ain't using AI now that he a lawyer again. You know? He had a lot of cases today. I'm rooting for him, but he gonna be in there, you know, citing Murtaugh versus Riggs, and it's gonna be like, that's not even a case. That's just two people from a movie. That's Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, and a lot of times, depending on what kind of apps and shit you use, everybody be wanting you to use the AI shit. It's like, no, bitch, my shit might be simpler, but I'm good on that.
Right. All right, let's do some guess the race. Wrap this bad boy up in a neat little bow. Here we go. What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Man kills roommate on way to watch college football for not chipping in financially.
Oh shit, he didn't put 5 on it?
I guess not. A man in St. Louis, Missouri is accused of shooting and killing his roommate as they were on their way to watch college football because the roommate did not help pay for drugs. You hate that. He literally didn't put 5 on it.
He did. Yeah. I mean, it ain't like you don't know where he live.
Marvin Bird, 54, has been charged with first-degree murder, armed criminal action, unlawful possession of a firearm, and felony resisting arrest. He was arrested Saturday, the same day the shooting took place.
I'm assuming neither one of them made it to the game, then?
I guess not. Him and his roommate went to join a small gathering to watch college football. However, Bird allegedly became agitated at the man with whom he shared a home. A perceived lack of financial contribution to the household and recreational drug expenses led to the shooting. Bird is accused of proceeding to shoot his roommate in the street, placing his handgun on the ground and then sitting in his vehicle until the police arrived. He was fed up.
He said, I am sick of your shit.
It's weird that he got accused. He also got charged with resisting the police, because I'm like, it sounded like he was ready to go. He was like, that's it. Pow, I'm going to jail. Fuck it.
And it sounded like he wasn't going to have nowhere to stay either. He's like, I get arrested, at least I have a bed.
The roommate must have brought up a parlay.
Or something.
He must have been like, yeah, man, if I can hit this parlay, I can get the money for the weed. He was like, no, that's too much. You gambled the weed money. And eyewitnesses said they've heard the shooting. They witnessed Bird standing in the street with the firearm while the victim was on the ground. He affirmed that the defendant was the only one he saw with a firearm. Though Bird reportedly waited in his vehicle for responding to law enforcement, when he arrived, he allegedly fought against being handcuffed. Finally, he was arrested, read his Miranda rights, and interviewed, where police say he offered several different statements. He claimed his roommate was being verbally reckless and that the man charged at him. So he was talking shit. You'll get your money when I feel like it.
I could see, yeah, something like that was exchanged.
Now, keep in mind, this is the shooter's version of events. So who knows if any of this is true?
That's true, too.
Can't trust these articles. They be like, shooter claims woman said, I gave you herpes. And it's like, you just killed her because you've been beating her for 3 years.
Right.
Anyway, surveillance footage from a nearby door camera assisted in the investigation. Apparently showed investigators tracking bullet cases on the ground at the crime scene. Investigators also noted how Bird had a prior conviction for being convicted felony in possession of a firearm. So there you go. He was arrested around 11 p.m. on Saturday night. No, they didn't say what team he was rooting for and if they won. Karen, guess the race of Mr. What's his name? Marvin Bird.
Oh, Bird?
Yes.
White.
Karen saying white. Let's check.
Like the white meat.
Like the white meat. Whiter than the sheets on his jail bed.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, man. That's crazy. What are you in for? My roommate, they want to go half on a bag. White. So we only got 2 guesses and they both say white. The correct answer is everybody said white. The correct answer is white like meth, white warrior. Okay, the correct answer is actually black. You all missed it.
Oh
no. Yes, Marvin B. Marvin B. That's him. He looked like he was fed up.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, man.
Yeah, he did that shit.
You like, who got the whole rent? The state on this sale.
Right. And it sounded like this some shit that happened before. And he was like, I told that motherfucker he changed me again on these drugs. I wasn't going to put up with that, but I guarantee you that's the shit that went through his head.
Yeah. All right, let's go to another one.
I am 0-1.
Yeah. Son beat up his dad for telling friend he was indeed his father.
Was he ashamed of him or something? What's happening here? This reverse DNA? The hell is this?
You not my dad? Yes, I am. I will beat your ass in front of my friends. A man in Memphis, Tennessee is accused of beating up his own dad because the elder man told a friend of the younger he was indeed his father. Miguel Gomez Jr. So you a junior and you like, that's not my dad? What?
Y'all got the same damn name. What is this, sir?
Wow. He's like, I can show you the license. We the same. Miguel Gomez Jr., 32, has been charged with aggravated assault by strangulation and domestic assault, and arrest affidavit shows. This happened August 10th. Miguel Gomez Jr. was at his home with his son. When he asked him if he had told one of his friends he was with his dad, he was his dad. Gomez Sr. replied, telling him that he did. And that angered Gomez Jr., and he punched Gomez Sr. in the mouth with a closed fist. That wasn't the end of the assault. The younger man caught up with his father because he ran, and he struck him again. Then the defendant allegedly slammed his father on the ground, began dragging him on the pavement. I'm going to tell you like this. The man doth protest too much. If I was a person that he was trying to convince that's not his daddy, beating his ass in front of me because he said he your daddy feels like something you do because that's your daddy. Gomez Jr. then wrapped his arm around Gomez Sr.'s neck and tried to choke him. As the alleged attack was taking place, a man referred to as Gonzalo was driving down the street and witnessed the crime. The witnesses said to have screamed out to the suspect, causing him to momentarily release his grip. Still, Gomez Sr. was not freed, so the victim bit his son near the chest, enabling the father to stand up and run to his truck. From there, the victim drove to the police station where he delivered his account of events. He suffered cuts on his mouth and abrasion to his arm, swelling on his head. He identified his son as the attacker, and then it just made him mad again. He's like, oh, if I wasn't in these handcuffs. Miguel Gomez Jr. was booked and assessed a bond of $200,000 for the charges against him. He appeared in court for a preliminary hearing on Wednesday this week. Karen, guess the race of Miguel Gomez Jr.
Latino.
All right.
And sounds like this shit has happened before. Cause
did
he beat his
up?
Yep. Did he whoop up on his daddy?
Why you think that?
Because most people don't fight their parents. Like fight their parents like that. So this sounds like he's been allowed to do this to escalate it to this point of, or he's done this before, but it hadn't been to the point where his daddy felt like he had to do this. Okay. But I maybe this is why I don't got kids. I have a rule. I'm not living with somebody that I don't feel safe around. Bitch, you got to go. I'm paying rent. You leave.
Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. Latino, Deportino, Latino. Papa was a Rolling Stone because son pushed on Latino. Embarrassed his son in front of ICE recruiter Latino. Oh, Deportino, Latino. A Latino, not my poppy. Latino. The correct answer is Latino. Y'all got it. Yeah. And like even being able to beat up your dad is like, yeah, and 32.
He grown.
He must have got a good dad because I feel like he could have got Marvin Gaye up in this bitch.
He got a great dad, because I'm tell you one thing, you come back, all the locks is changed, everything is changed. No, bitch, you can't get back up in here.
Yeah, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about getting shot in the chest.
Oh yeah, he better be glad his daddy didn't take him out.
Yeah,
because a lot of men would be like,
and I'm claiming your ass too. That's what's crazy. It's not even like I'm disowning you. You mad because I'm in your life, nigga? Damn, I fucked up as his daddy.
Because I'm here.
His dad must be real messed up. All right, Karen, you're 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the race. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points.
Triple the points, triple the race. Triple the points, triple the race.
All right. Men arrested after giving up on searching for a missing 5-year-old that was in their care. 2 Florida men.
What? They were like, fuck it can't be found. They was like, I tried to find my iPhone. They didn't ping. I don't know.
They was like, this kid is really good at hide and seek.
They're very good at hide and seek.
He's much better than the average 5-year-old. You win. I go him back home.
Right. They were like, why are we still out here?
2 Florida men have been arrested after they allegedly told police that they stopped looking for a 5-year-old boy in their care who ran off and was later located as he was about to wander into a busy street. Craig Darnell Presley, 52, and Chadrick Rodell Smith Jr., 27, were taken into custody over the weekend and charged with 1 count each of neglect of a child without great bodily harm. I can't believe this is a crime in Florida. I mean, you're not teaching the kids shit. I didn't. Wow, you're not vaccinating them,
right?
Officers responded to a call near an apartment complex September 7th. They spotted an unaccompanied child walking toward a busy street. A group of nearby teens who did not know the child assisted the officers in recovering the boy, who they said was pulled back from the road just prior to a vehicle driving by. Police spoke with the boy, who was able to provide his name and age, but was unable to tell the officer where he lived. A resident from the apartment complex recognized the boy and assisted the officers in locating the child's apartment number. The officers escorted the boy to the apartment where they found an additional 5 children inside.
What? This is a legal daycare? What is this?
Okay, first of all, they only lost like 1/6 of the kids. That's a pretty good day. Okay, if you shoot that percentage from the free throw line in the NBA, you can make the All-Star game. Police spoke with the kids, who informed them that the 5-year-old had a history of taking off and that adults in the home looked for him before giving up and returning home, and one of the parties even fell asleep afterwards. It be tired when you chase after a little missing 5-year-old. You be ready to take a stress now.
You didn't call the police at no period of time, like, hey, we got a kid. We don't know where they are.
As the children were speaking with the officers, Presley came out and appeared disheveled, noting that he had to hold up his undone pants. He allegedly denied having been asleep. Officers soon got in touch with Smith, who allegedly confirmed that he and Presley were watching the children while 2 adults, the children's mother and grandmother, were grocery shopping. Just bumbling, stumbling. Y'all can't watch the kids for a grocery shopping trip?
Worthless.
Just wow. Smith, what if this kid is just that good? What if this kid is like the escape artist of kids?
Right.
This motherfucker's Houdini. They're just like, hey, well, what happened to the other kid?
It was like, this one, he always returned. We figured out he come back.
A puff of smoke, and he just turned around like Commissioner Gordon. He was gone.
Right.
Smith allegedly told police that after the child ran off, he looked for him, but when he couldn't find him, he returned home. Yeah, because you got to watch the other 5. Like, what they going to be more upset by? You lost 1 kid or you lost 6? It's common sense. Come on, don't be stupid. The officer said Smith appeared unbothered by the boy's disappearance.
Right, because he didn't care.
Both men said they had not contacted authorities or other adults after the children went missing.
It was 2 of y'all, so one could have stayed with the kids while the other one continued to look.
But then how am I going to take my nap? When the other adults returned to the apartment, they allegedly said they had left the children in the care of Smith and Presley for about 30 minutes.
That's all.
Before the 5-year-old was found near the road. 30, you couldn't make it 30 minutes.
Man,
oh my God.
Shit.
As the 2 men rode to the jail in police custody, Presley allegedly stated that he was only looking after his own 5 children and not responsible for the 5-year-old. So he's like, these 5 is mine. Those 5, that one must be another daddy. That's not my kid. He need to come over and watch his own kid. This is a gender war. He basically like, listen, I brought my kids McDonald's.
Definitely a gender war.
This ain't my kid. He can have the napkins. Presley appeared before Judge Susan Miller Jones, who ordered him to be released on his own recognizance after he paid an undisclosed amount in owed child support. Oh, Lord. The one thing he had in his favor is he could have said, well, I'm an active father. I'm watching my 5 kids. I'm in their life. Okay, it's over here like pursuit of happiness. I'm about to cry tears taking care of my baby. But then you owe child support, which is like, you know, what? Smith, who has 2 previous felony convictions, is being held in lieu of $25,000 bond. It was not immediately clear when the two were next scheduled to appear in court. Karen, guess the race of the Craig Darnell Presley and Chadrick Rodell Smith Jr. They're both the same race.
I'm going black. I will be surprised if we have any white people with them names.
Okay. Chat room, baby daddy daycare black. Abandon his kids and is in his DNA. Child support, platinum plan. Blackity black, ADOS daddy black. Everyone went black on this. I'm surprised. No white wardrobes.
No.
The correct answer is black.
Okay. I said, don't you put no plot twist on me now.
I don't even know how I would begin to. They both look. The one on the left look like he just woke up from that nap looking for them kids.
Yes.
He's like, damn it, I said let me sleep. Oh, it's the police? Oh, I ain't seen that kid. That's not even my kid. I got my 5. What's the problem? And the other dude look like he's still looking for the kid. Like, is he over there? Is that the kid? No, that's a different 5-year-old. Anyway.
A different one.
That's so sad, man. All right.
30 minutes, nigga. 30 minutes.
30. You lost a kid at 30. I'm sure that it's easier said. I'm sure listen, I'm talking from a place of privilege. I've never had to watch 6 kids at the same time. But I have a feeling I can make it 30 minutes. But I'm just going off vibes. I don't know.
I might be wrong. I might lose one in 30 minutes.
Maybe
I got 6.
Maybe I would have been. The thing is, he lost the kid in 30 minutes. He gave up looking, went and took a nap within 30 minutes. So what did he look like? 4 minutes?
Yeah, okay, and that's the thing. If I lose a kid, the first thing I'm doing is calling the police. Hey, I'm out here looking for a kid. Can y'all help me find the kid?
Right.
Because then no charges would have been at you because they know you're at least trying.
But he and the kid say he went looking for the other kid, gave up, came back, took a nap. That's 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah, you look to smooth.
How's that even possible?
You look to smooth 5 minutes, 10 minutes at max.
They must have wore his ass out.
You know they did.
Whew. Sword ratchetness time. A very long sound effect that has no payoff, and that's part of the joke.
That is part of the joke. Because swords have no payoff other than death.
Mm-hmm. A Lincoln man is charged after police find a sword, brass knuckles, and a pound of weed.
Well, damn, the trifecta.
A Lincoln man is charged with after authorities found drugs, a sword, and brass knuckles in his home. They said the narcotics task force were conducting surveillance on a residence 5:50 p.m. in order to serve a narcotics-related nighttime no-knock warrant. Damn, they was coming with the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Court documents show investigators had evidence that 51-year-old Jameson Bennett was selling marijuana and meth from the home. Guess the race.
Marijuana and meth. Mm-hmm. What was the name again?
His name is Jameson Bennett.
Oh, white.
Karen's going with white on this one, guys. The correct answer is, in the bonus round, white. Congratulations, Karen. You made up for the one you missed. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm
okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So they said they had evidence he was selling marijuana and meth from the home. And a pound does sound like you selling it, you know.
A pound is a lot.
Especially if you're not like rich and you just buy pounds, like you're not having a party. Authorities followed Bennett as he left the residence in a vehicle, picked up another man, drove to a gas station. Both men were detained so the warrant could be served. Bennett was taken to the station. The other man was released at the scene. Investigators returned to Bennett's home to execute the search warrant, discovered more than a pound of weed, $1,207 in cash, brass knuckles, and a 24-inch Wakazashi sword.
And a partridge in a pear tree. What's happening here?
As a convicted felon, he is prohibited from possessing deadly weapons. He was charged Thursday with 2 counts of possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person, 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance, possession of money while violating 28-416, and delivery or manufacture with intent to deliver a controlled substance. Judge ruled that he be held without bond. So there you guys go. That's it for this episode. Balls Deep Sports is tomorrow. So for premium people behind the paywall, get that second hit of that sports for you.
Mm-hmm.
For everybody else, we'll see you Saturday for the feedback show. We also should have a movie review for you Thursday night. So we got a lot of stuff going here. If you're premium, everybody else, we will holler at y'all on Saturday. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.